Welcome! This is our first video, our first location for our pilot, first two videos. We are at Wildcat Ridge. This is the location where I had my first experience back in 2014 in July. But I also want to just give you some proof of the date and time that we are doing this video. It's 3:36. Sunday, July 14th, and also as a random note, we just got an update that a new episode of Ghost Adventures is on right now. Not that that's related, but I just thought that was really funny. So this is the beginning trailhead. We're going to be walking into the woods. This is kind of the beginning. There's a lot of history here, and what I know, only what I know, is that this was an old mine, and it was used for many, many years as a mine for iron. In this area. It's actually called the Hibernia Mines. Just Hibernia Mines. And we're going to be walking by them, and we're going to be experiencing some things up there. Oh, and tell me what you said before about the Ghost Adventure alert on your phone.
I've never gotten that before.
Ever?
Never.
And you're not just saying that?
I promise.
Okay. I got to this part, and this is where my experience happened before, and as I'm standing here, my heart rate, I know we just hiked, so I mean, bear with me, we did just hike and I did just have exercise, but my heart rate is literally through my throat, and it's really high right now. So we're gonna stop here, and we're gonna follow me through, and right about here, in 2014, in July, I had just moved down here. I was hiking with my two dogs, and I got to this point, right about here actually, and it felt like I was going through a tunnel of people, of spirits. Again, this was the first time that anything had happened to me since 10 years ago, but it was a tunnel of spirits. Over tall. They were very tall, men and women, adults, and they were around this trail, and it was so disconcerting to me that I actually took my dogs, which I had off leash at the time, and I put them back on leash, and I walked on the trail with them, just the three of us, because I didn't know what was going on. This was really disconcerting. And then I'm just gonna have Kyle span the area, because I just want you to see that this is dead of summer. You cannot see anything going around here. Go ahead, you can spin. You can't see anything. It's all leaves. It's the dead of summer. It's July. You can't see further than what, 100 feet? 200 yards? 100 yards? And this is the scene that I had at that time as well. I couldn't see anything around. Alright, so we just walked up a little bit more from that last section. We're still in that main part where I still feel like there's a hovering tunnel of people. They're wearing black with white shirts. And then I also want Kyle again to scan from this area and look all the way around and where you can't see. And we're going to continue walking on this trail. We will be fast forwarding it because I don't want to waste too much video time, but we're going to be fast forwarding it and getting some proof of what's actually out here. to a cemetery in the middle of these woods. It's the St. Patrick Cemetery, established in 1869. It has to do with, this is what I know of this, it has to do with the miners who used to live here, who were working in the mine with their families, and it's the miners who have passed. As I walked here the first time and I had that experience, I had no idea this was here. As you can see, you cannot see this from the woods when there's full leaves. When I came back in the fall, when there were no leaves, I had the same experience, and I looked out and I said, there's a cemetery here in the middle of the woods. I don't usually get experiences with cemeteries, but clearly I did with this one, because I think not only are there spirits related to this cemetery, I think there's also spirits in relation to that this is an iron ore mining area. We're gonna go sit in and take some video in here, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so I just sat down. We're still in the middle of the cemetery, and I just kind of wanted to describe what I originally saw when I came in here. I saw a gentleman in his 50s. He's wearing a dark brown, like, kind of tweed suit. It's uniform, so the top is the same as the bottom, same color, same texture. He's a little hunched, kind of like this, and he's not a skinny guy. He's a little bit of a thicker guy, and he's just kind of walking around, like, with his arms behind his back, and he's just kind of like just walking around with a mustache as well. I get the sense, I don't know if he's buried here, but I get the sense that he maybe at some point had something to do with being a grave keeper, or something to do with watching this area. But that's what he does. And I saw him mostly up in that, a little bit up in that area, and I saw him from across on the trail too before. And let's see if we can get any more information from him. He's not the one who I've been feeling, so there actually has been somebody who's been to my right since I sat down, and I can tell because one of the feelings I've been getting from this spirit being is that I get tingles at the top of my head, and that whoever is here with me right now is very impatient because it's not the guy that I've been seeing, and they're like, I've been patient, you've been setting up the camera, it's my turn to talk. So we'll let this person speak and see, maybe the other gentleman will come by. She's a woman, brown hair, named Miranda. Miranda. She's saying, no, you have to say it with the accent.
Where is she from?
Miranda. Like, not Russia, like Czechoslovakia? So she, oh my gosh, she has like a straight up accent. So she cooked. Oh yeah, she's like, no, I cook. I cook. I cook. I cook. She's just saying, I cook. She's showing me wearing an apron. Miranda. Kind of flamboyant. Dirty brown hair, not dark hair. She wasn't old when she passed. I'm actually going to say 48 years old, around 40s when she passed. And I'm getting soot. Soot.
Like ashes?
Yeah. Like, not her ashes, but like, she lived in soot.
Fire?
No, she says no. Not a fire. She's trying to describe to me her life. She's trying to describe to me her existence here. Let me ask if she's buried here. She hates when I say her name in my head the American way. Because I keep saying it in my head the American way, and she hates it. She's like, no, it's Miranda. Miranda. She's starting to get a little sad now, because she started talking about her children. I got 3, but then she said no 5. I think 2 of her previous children died young, or died before she died. Yeah, and there's a little bit of sadness there. But 3, and then she said no 5. So I think that's what that's about. It's so funny, I just said it in my head again, the American way. Miranda, do you have any other messages? Starting to get pain in my left shoulder, my left like shoulder area. She fell.
Really? Off what?
It was an accident. Was it an accident you passed away? Yes, she fell.
Off of what, though?
At home.
Spelling house.
Yeah, she's saying it was an accident. She's getting very quiet now. Is there any other... She loved her life?
I'm getting some tingling on my back and my neck.
Okay. Well, I just got tingling the same time you said that, on the top here. I think she's moving away, and I think something else is coming through, because I'm actually starting to lose her. But my general impression from what her message was is that she really wanted to relay that she loved her life here, and she loved what she did. She loved cooking. She loved being in her house. She loved being with her children. She loved being here. But it was like dirty and like not safe. I don't really know. But she made a point of cooking, soot, and an accident. And she died at 48 from, I think, Czechoslovakia? It's not Russia. She says, oh no. like that was insulting. Thank you, Miranda. Thank you for coming through for us today. I wish you goodwill and happiness in your spirit life. Is there anybody else who would like to come through to speak to us today? David? David. Why do they all have accents? What's the name on that grave there?
Andrew?
Huh.
The one behind you says Mary.
I saw that. David. Head pain. Head pain from here, both sides. This is how this gentleman passed. Head trauma? Was it? Why so much trauma? Can't anybody die from a heart attack here? I'm getting that this gentleman was younger. Head trauma, both sides, mostly the right side. Mostly this side, right here. Head trauma. Did you get shot? No. Trauma. That's weird. I mean, there were mines here. Was it a mine accident? It happened in the mine. Did something fall on your head? No response. He doesn't really want to talk to you, but he was a troublemaker. Okay, thank you. I get that message that that's how you died. You can release that pain. Thank you. The gentleman walking around is the manager. He managed the mine.
Really?
Yep. He was a
His name was David?
No. No, David worked in the mine. David. He doesn't get upset when I say it the American way. He's like, I kind of wish I was American. No, he doesn't mean it like that. He means like, he thought it was fun to be here. Yes, the gentleman walking around was the manager. He's white, has a mustache. I also feel like he has like he doesn't really want us to see him.
Are you feeling anybody that was buried here, or just people wandering?
Miranda is here. David is here, but David does not have a grave. Like he doesn't have like a really nice, like he may not have a marker. Miranda does. Okay. But the gentleman who ran the mine is not here. But this is him. I'm gonna do it. I don't know. Can you see this? So he walks like this. He goes in and out. He walks around like he's examining and watching and seeing. He has a hat, tweed, big, like a round guy. He's round, very round. 50s, 50, 58, 60, early 60s. Not friendly. And he doesn't really want us to talk. So he, and I'm getting him here, like, but he does the whole perimeter. He walks in and out, but I'm seeing him mostly up there by see that darkened tree up there? See that darkened tree? Maybe we should go over there. See that tree?
Yeah.
Up there. Like that's like home base, but he walk the perimeter. Let me ask if he leaves the cemetery. He does leave the cemetery. He doesn't really like to, because he doesn't really like to leave the cemetery because these are his workers. Why is he still trying to manage them? Oh, he's sending pain down my back. Alright. Why do you still feel like you need to watch your workers? What I do best? Where are you actually buried? Where are you actually buried? I'm getting 2 words, an M word, and then ringwood. Where are you actually buried? What is your name? He snorted. He's like, I'm not giving you that.
This is somebody else than the manager?
No,
Or
this
is it
is
still the manager?
This is still the manager. He's the I can imagine somebody would see him. Like a person who is having an experience, like comes here and sees like not a shadow person, but like somebody moving out of the corner of their eye. I can imagine they would see him.
Okay.
I don't know if they would see anybody else. Most of the people in here are either not with their bodies, which is the norm in cemeteries. Most people's spirits do not stay with their bodies in a cemetery. They prefer, if they're going to stay earthbound, they prefer to go to a location where they had a stronger connection to. So a lot of people don't really have a very strong connection to a cemetery. It's just a place where people are buried. It's not a place that they have a lot of connection to. Some people choose to be in this area. But what's different about this is this cemetery is in between life. So they lived here. That I knew. I knew that. I knew they had houses here. We could see it on the diagrams up there. So this lies in between life. So they may not be here specifically at the cemetery, but they're kind of just around, and this is like a congregation place because they lived here. So it's not, there's other congregation places in these woods, but this is one of them.
Why are they all foreign?
They must be the people who worked in the mines. Immigrants, I guess. David and Miranda.
Is anybody else?
Spanish? I don't know. I know. It sounded like I cook. Soot. What was that?
Is there anybody else presenting themselves to you?
Got the name Angelica. She's really pretty. Like a younger woman. Younger, like 16, 18? No, 16's too young. 18, 22. But she doesn't face something with her face. Domestic abuse.
Oh no.
Why are they only giving me the trauma cases? Can't I have like the old woman? But they don't usually stay with their bodies. It's usually the ones that have like, you know what I mean? But I'm getting face smash, like face into something. Not an accident. This feels like domestic abuse. Is this a bee around me?
No, it's just a bug.
We're gonna walk up, we're gonna take a break from this spot over here. We're gonna walk up to that blackened tree up there and see if we can get any more information about the most present spirit, I would say, here, which is the man in tweed is what I'm going to call him. Okay. So we just finished up our walkthrough down there, and we were just walking back up, checking some of the grave sites, just checking the names of them. And as we got to the front here, one of the last graves we looked at was one of the first ones we were standing next to right from the beginning, and the name is David. The age doesn't match. This gentleman would have been 60 or 50, 58 some odd years old, and he has a marker, but I don't know if it could be his son. So we're going to investigate further. That's the other part of our video, is we're going to investigate, and we're going to try and find if we can find who the manager was, who David is, and see if there's a Miranda. All right, thank you. We'll see you at the next part of the video.